tech problems. Everything fell down, and I got to play with putting them all back together, and everything changed suddenly. So now I'm playing with a whole new look on everything. It's not fun playing with these electronics and getting this all out there the way that I want to. But let us take a look and just begin and see what's going on. This is your Virgo reading for the date of January 20th. Thank you for your patience. Let us take a look and see what's going on with you, Virgo. Let's just jump in. I had a hard time getting back on. Let's keep knocking over. All right, here we go. Hierophant. Education, arrogance, know-it-all, learning things, the machinations behind what's going on. So the Hierophant has to do with higher education and learning. But if you look at the Hierophant, the first thing that comes up for you, this Hierophant sometimes talks to us about like who's pulling the strings, like whether or not you have liberty or whether or not you're I was just talking to Leo about our personal programs and how what runs our brain, what runs our psyche, and how we design what we're doing and where we're going. And sometimes those programs are outdated thought processes, and sometimes we feel the victim to outside influences, and sometimes this card right here can reference that, but it usually means higher education or learning. Sometimes the Hierophant can be arrogance too, but let's take a look and see. That's coming up for you. I see the Six of Swords, Two of Cups, which is emotion. So if you find yourself being a little emotional, this is balanced emotions. However, I can tell you that for Virgo right now, the Eight of Swords in play tells us that you are overwhelmed. So you kind of have these blinders on where you're feeling as if, you can't really see what's the word? I can't, see the forest for the trees kind of thing. She says, I literally opened up my iPad to do a course. So this is like having the blinders on. What's interesting about this card is if you look at it really closely, he has these blinders on, and around him are all of these objects of obstacles and swords, and he can't move forward, not necessarily because there's nowhere to move forward, because you can clearly see that there's no lid on the box and there's no obstacle above. He just happens to look up. But what's true is he has these blinders on. Best recommendation for when you feel overwhelmed is to unplug. Too much information, data overload, information, or like decision-making fatigue, where you feel as if you have to make one more decision, you'll bust. Because if you have to make one more decision, you can't give it the attention that it needs. Yet there's this demand for decisions to be made. The High Priestess is in play, similar to Leo. The High Priestess is all about surprises, and what is Mercury but surprise after surprise? We have the High Priestess. It also can be secrets, and it also can be surprises. It's your intuition. So you might have some awakening, some ascension stuff going on. I do see the Four of Swords, which is tension. You have the Devil card in play, which is curious. I'm going to continue before I go bringing that in. But I do see the Sun card, and that is our card for, expansive behavior, expansiveness. It's for bringing all things into balance. There's the yin-yang there. There's some secrets and knowledge, too, in the background there, if you can see our little Stonehenge. So it has to do with, cycles and repetitiveness. It also has to do with you being in balance. So we have a couple cards for balance, the Two of Cups. We have the Sun card. We also have the World card, and that's so we are in Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, which is all about humanitarian beliefs and about, thinking about the collective, etc. It's also about talking and being, expressive with what it is that you say and do. We have the Devil card. So the Devil card is referencing fights. I'm not seeing a fight for you, though, but it's like strife, lies, habits, the things that hold you back. But if you look at the beginning, we have the Hierophant card, and it's funny to me how I even brought the idea up about the strings being pulled. And so if you think about that and you put it together with the Devil card, the thought process looks like, these are the bad habits that are driving me. Or, you can even bring it even higher and go from personal to expansive. And this is the Hierophant, which has to do, back in the day, this used to be the Romans, right? They were controlling both religion and politics, okay? So when you have the Hierophant, it's about those things that are in control. So a lot of us are watching and paying attention to the inauguration and politics and stuff right now. And these are the strings that are being pulled on us. These are the processes and ideas and rules and limitations that are surrounding us. So it could possibly be, your thought on politics, or the way COVID is affecting how we perform our business and our family life. And so these are some of our restrictions. I'm also picking picking up tension. Four of Swords, which is tension, deadlines, you know, etc. I do see for you the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is our card for, you know, making decisions. And that means often an ace usually means big decisions or big changes that are coming for you. You also have the Strength card. That was great. That came up for Leo as well. And the Strength card has to do with pulling on your reserves of experience, making your past traumas, your shadow work into your power. That's the ability to do your shadow work and recognize where you stand and do better, right? We have the Five of Wands as well, where you feel like the things that you're doing now, that is the fight, that is the struggle. And that is, you're feeling backed into a corner with your decision making, and you're trying to make your money stretch. So you're looking at, where can I put this money to be most effective? And you also are wondering, where can you get money to put to things? So these are both of these cards. This one is having the money and putting it to use. And this one right here is looking for the money and how am I going to make this happen, or what am I going to do, right? Other way around. Having the money, putting it in play, needing money to get to this area. So both of those cards are in play. You're wondering more and more about money and how it's going to play out for you. But just, I will say, going from this card to this tells us that you will have it. So not to stress too much. I will say too that even though you have the Devil card in play and you are stressing, this is a little different than anxiety. So this isn't the Eight of Wands. It's the Four of Swords, which is like, shit's getting real right now. And so you're having to put it into play and hoping it works out, but there's some stress not knowing what the end result is going to be for you. I am going to tell you that it'll be there. Watch your tension. Your attitude is you're having a hard time staying with a good attitude, and you're having a hard time not lashing out. I don't think you quite have yet, but you are feeling a little overwhelmed. It's like a batting cage. You can't take your eye off one ball, next one is coming. Unplug a little bit if you can. Don't commit to anything that you can't do completely or fully or well. And learn to say no. If you can't give the thing energy that it deserves, then back away, right? Do this for yourself, because ultimately your reserves grow low and you have none to give anyone else, then you have none to give yourself. So here we go. This is your Mystic Dreamer deck for your Virgo moon. Thank you for joining me to book your one-on-one karmaondeck.com. There's also the Tarot 101 class. It got postponed a week, so for those of you that missed the sign up, we are starting on Sunday. My brand new car broke down, so that's your great reminder. Mercury retrograde in electronics. Woohoo! It was an inconvenience. Everything is fine. My poor baby. User error plus a little bit of, new user and just a couple little tweaks. But it was inconvenient to have my car barely a day and have it go under, and many, many miscommunications in just a couple days already. So personally, for me, Mercury hits me right in the nuts first thing, and then by the time it goes direct, I'm riding high. So, you know, even a week ago, I think I was feeling it, and it's how it affects me. Always early. I'm always early. My best friend calls me her barometer when she does her aspects for astrology. She'll be like, so how are you feeling? And there I am. All right, so here is your Mystic Dreamer moon reading. Fatigue is the first thing that comes up. Eight of Wands. You can't, Eight of Wands and the Nine of Wands. Woo! So if you look at this, the Nine of Wands so the Eight of Wands means like, shooting your shot. Like, I already shot my arrow. It's out there. It's gone. I asked for the thing. I put my work in. I applied for the thing. Etc. I shoot my shot, but then you have fatigue. You're like, I did it. Now we have to wait and see. So there's fatigue. There's that I did what I could do. You have the Five of Wands again. So that's your congruency card between your two readings so far. And then I'm also seeing the Five of Pentacles. So Virgo is beginning to lose a little bit of hope. And if you look at this in the reading here, you guys come on my YouTube and you can see these cards picture in picture, Karma on Deck. But here you have the Empress next to the Three of Cups. So this is the thing about this King of Cups and the Lovers card, which is interesting to me. You've got a lot of emotional thought processes going on about relationship and the dynamics within your relationships. And you're having the Empress card, which is delay and wait. So if you look at the Empress card, she is all about so the Empress is an Empress. She's a queen, yet she is a ruler and she rules alone. Kings and queens rule together. Emperor and empresses are perfectly fine on their own and they're autonomous. But with the Empress card, that's more of like a nurturing energy. And every single one of our Empress cards in tarot is either pregnant or nurturing a child. And so with this, it also tells us a little bit about timing. So you can't pick an apple in December. You definitely have to wait for all the processes to happen from bloom to produced apple. So it takes time. And so this is a reminder that you can't really force things at all. And you can't really make them happen a little sooner, like a pregnancy. You get what you get. Either it's early or late, or healthy or not, boy or girl. There's just this letting go, surrender that goes on. And so there's this idea for you that you kind of have to wait to play, but you don't have to play like you used to play. Like, we don't go to Vegas for a weekend anymore, but we most definitely unplug and have a movie night with the kids, or we, take a walk in the park, because we're in this fishbowl inside our homes with all our people, and that becomes explosive at times. So, we can't force this to change or anything, but I will tell you, the King of Cups tells me that you have love in your life, and this is EQ. This is able to express your emotions and have it around you. I'm also seeing a lot of screen time on computer or research, possibly some study that's going on. You've got the Ace of Cups. That's new beginnings in love. We have the King of Cups, the Lover's card, the Three of Cups, and where's the other one? The Ace of Cups. So I would tell you to reach out to your loved ones, ask for support from your partner, because it's telling you that there's an abundance of love and support there for you. So reach out and find your support with that. I do feel like you might be doing some research. I keep getting research some way. Maybe that's looking for jobs on the internet, or hunting for jobs, or maybe it's just paying attention to social media and the ability to, be aware of what's going on culturally. I do see the Page of Swords, which says that Virgo is having a hard time with making these decisions because they feel like, I haven't done this before, or I've never had to experience this. But that's life. We keep coming up on things, and even though we have this expertise in one way or another, this is us feeling like, oh, I don't know how to navigate in this way. We don't have any skill set with this new paradigm, right? But I will tell you, you have the Six of Wands, which is victory. It's coming your way, but mostly it's going to be work still. So you're going to continue to carry the burden that you have going on, and it does feel like you're very duty bound right now. I will say this, though, for those of you that want your one-on-one reading, there's a lot of beauty for you going on, Virgo, with love. And I think it would be important for you to look closer at the support that you do have, because it's beautiful. I do want to mention your other congruency card. It came up for Leo, too, and that's the Strength card. This is shadow work, right? This is wisdom. So go backward a little bit and practice with shadow work, or maybe, think about experience that you do have in making these decisions, because ultimately you're wiser than you think you are. Trust thyself. That's my favorite phrase. Trust yourself, for whatever that looks like. Meditate a little bit. Okay, I'm going to pull a card from Divination of the Ancients. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will catch you on the flip side, and I'll pull your last little card. Tomorrow will be Libra and Scorpio, for those of you that are paying attention or have a need. Let's pull your card. Also, don't forget, the Tarot 101 class starts on Sunday at noon. I can't remember. I did a couple readings in a row. Apologize if I'm repeating myself, but I just wanted to make sure it got out there. There are payment plans available. If you don't feel like you want to pay for the whole class at once, you can break it up. If it isn't enough and you want to take the class, you need it a little smaller, reach out. I want you to have the skill set. I want it to be a full class. I want some interaction and some fun. I want something for you to look forward to enjoy it, not just be a class. I want to have fun. I want to laugh. I want to break some myths for you. Tarot according to karma, it's going to be fun, I promise you. So I'm definitely the pragmatic psychic. Been a paramedic too long to make things fluffy. So here we go for your card here, coins, abundance. So this is the thing that's on your mind the most. And what it tells you is, pay attention to your abundance thinking. So what I mean by that, as a life coach, we often listen to people's language style when they discuss their money or their relationship, whether they say, I had a job, or I'm going to go to get a job, instead of what I have. And so I listen to where people sit. Are they in the past? Are they sitting in the present? Are they moving forward in the future? It depends on how they design their language. But pay attention to your, hi Bree, hi Caroline. So this card here, abundance, has to do with what your abundance thinking looks like. And it also is a reminder that abundance is coming your way. So love and light, guys. Take a deep breath, unplug if you have to. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. Please, like I said, come to my YouTube and book your one-on-one, karmaondeck.com. See those of you who signed up in the class on Sunday, and I'll catch you on the flip side.